the place to be.
I like to introduce myself. My name is
Then it goes a little something like this.
Going way back to the early days.
Way back in the days when hip hop began.
For all the pioneers, I'm going way back.
Hear the story again and again of how it all got started way back when.
Listen to this, just listen to this, just listen to this, just listen to this.
Hello. Sabine the Bee. And you are listening to the Pioneers Show.
This is Sire from the gutter style. Real beats plus real rhyme equals the Pioneers Hip Hop Show with my man Whirlwind D on Kane FM.
Whirlwind D on
Yo, this is Phil Most Chill, still out to kill. And you are listening to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show, presented by Whirlwind D on Kane FM. Get busy, get lost.
Now we are ready if you are ready.
Yo, nothing makes sense. Everything's a tangled mess up inside my head. Drug dependent, I'm living on the edge. Hudsucker building, standing on the ledge. Ready to plummet to my death, my girl asking herself, was it something that I said? He never did take criticism well. Official card carrying citizen of hell. I built a wall of sound, my citadel repel and impale. Nobody ever lived to tell the tale. Still I'm feeling like my life's a major fail. Standing on the platform waiting for British rail. Throw myself on the tracks like I do with these raps. Where the drugs at, a brother gotta relax. Slag, he's become totally detached. Socially inept, yet they're throwing me the snatch. Big fish, he's supposed to be a catch. Take notice how he chats. Is it poetry? Perhaps, but they never show any acknowledgement for that. Till your image get polished, keep the policy intact. Talking industry politics with cats properly smashed. They probably hit the bottle till he's lashed. Drink driving through life like Brands Hatch. No goals all season, still he's mad at the match. Crash dummy splattered on the dash. The hooded executioner brandishing the axe. Dust to dust, ashes to ash. Disappear like a dealer selling cabbage on your patch. The parasitic want the cashing on the act. Call the paramedics quick, they can try and bring him back. Before it all fade to black. Lifeless laid on his back. Can I get an encore, por favor? Hudsucker building, 44th floor. I'm on the 44th floor, off the top how I'm feeling, 44th floor. Can I get an encore, por favor? Hudsucker building, 44th floor. Ha, I'm on the 44th floor, can't crack the glass ceiling, 44th falling through the skies. His whole life flashed before his eyes. The many faces of who we'd loved and despised. Those close enough to see through my disguise. Sentimentality, my demise catalyzed. No cat's eyes, only oncoming headlines. Back page obituary, front page headlines. Got him scratching their heads like headlights. Skull about to bust like my head's in a vice. No suicide note, so they left to surmise. Just a glass half empty, except for some ice in the ashtray full of roaches left behind. Now they're queuing up behind like lemons in a line. From here all the way to Palestine, 72 virgins waiting in paradise. When I reach the other side, better to die than have all my beliefs undermined. Under fire on the front line, seeking a divine. Seeking you shall find, flatline.
Yeah, what's going on, party people? It's your boy Mikey D of the LA Posse and Main Source, and now I represent elements of hip-hop. So right now you're tuned in to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show with my man DJ Whirlwind D right here on Kane 103.7 FM. Come on, y'all, keep it locked, man. This is where real hip-hop lives.
Welcome to this month's Pioneers Hip Hop Show on Kane 103.7 FM. It is our first show of 2023. Got to give a massive shout out to my homeboy Disorder for the last 2 hours of Dub Chronicles goodness, pure fire, and always essential business. Now, if you're new to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show, each month we focus on an aspect of hip-hop history, sharing the stories and tales, as well as playing the essential records of the time. Now, not surprisingly, last month's show was our roundup of 2022, which I have to say has been another vintage year in hip-hop's incredible history. Now, in previous shows, we've covered everything from legendary pioneers such as No Sleep Nigel and Paul C, to iconic collectives such as the Juice Crew All-Stars, Flavor Unit and the HQ Squad, as well as legendary labels such as Low Life Records, Liberty Grooves, Music of Life and more. Now, on tonight's show, we look at another legendary influential record label, the mighty YNR Productions. The first track you heard was 2017's brilliant 44th Floor by Jehst, which in my opinion is a perfect introduction to the legend that is YNR Records, particularly given that Jehst is the artist most associated with the label, both as a part owner and later owner, and of course one of the UK's finest artists without a doubt. Now, the track we played initially came out as a white label 7-inch, available at shows before appearing on Billy Green Is Dead. Of course, another one of Jehst's amazing long players. Not only that, it features the unmistakable brilliance of Dr. Zygo on production. Big up to you, my man. And before going back in time, it is worth saying that due to the length of tonight's show, we can't play every single release on the YNR label, and indeed we won't feature every artist who has appeared on YNR either, because YNR has a huge discography. However, we will endeavour to play some of the most significant releases on the label, as well as tell the tale of YNR Productions. So let's begin by winding back the clock to the late 90s, when the elements would form that would later give birth to one of the UK's most iconic hip-hop imprints. Now, the name of the label YNR stands for Young and Restless, and was actually the name of an early demo by Yorkshire-based crew Fool's Eye View, who featured an MC by the name of Lexis, who would be an early member of the YNR crew. Jehst would take this title, and of course he was part of this overall collective in Yorkshire, so it's not surprising that he did. He took this title and he incorporated it into the name of the label as he prepared to drop his debut release, the brilliant Premonitions EP. Now, prior to this first release, YNR was really a loose collective of artists from the Northwest, initially formed between Jehst, Fool's Eye View, who were later known as 1818, and Passive Resistance, which featured Nmonic, Tahaka and Nexus 6. In fact, all of the aforementioned would feature on Jehst's stunning debut, which we're going to hear next. So let's get back into the music and a track called Independent.
In the war game of my lifespan, I strive for ammunition. The lights stand bright and I can't quite envision my course to it sourced through transition. Living within division, my right hand man missing in action. Rewritten captions for snapshots that capture the moors and poor housing block backdrops. Indecision, head crap without crack rocks. Junkie tax money broken back from the monkey. Dead funny blend innocence. The hungry fed ignorance, misled by power and influence. Out of place I face the immigrant's condition. Poems written proceed the way my gravestone inscription will read. Believe in love, I stay home imprisoned, wishing it will be different for my seed, because my heart bleeds the blood of my bad dreams. I shed the tears of illusion to see the grand scheme clear. In vain I bled much, fear and pain came in a head rush. I developed empathy, a Nexus 6. Andy switched to plan B, ambidextrous. The hour hand stole the candy, and my Lexus is lost to reality sour. My Lexus makes sense of the fallacies, money and power. That's how I reevaluate situations and information. I walk with the vagrants and stay patient and patent my innovation. Rhyme invention. mention. Eyes and minds, extenders, crime prevention. You can't beat the man, but you can stall him. Too clever, I stay a devil, cause all the angels have fallen. To earth, knees buckling to cripple. My destiny cooling since an infant, suckling a nipple to nourish. Post-daisy age, my pages flourish. Pre-apocalypse, my script stripping you of courage.
Hatred, jealousy, and envy. They attack me.
The pain of introspection at the intersection of a crossroads. The archer selecting the direction for the arrow of my crossbow's departure. I cross fingers and cross toes to double cross a double dealer's karma. Battle start to marker. Pad mark my words, grab attention. Trouble cost the arm and a leg. Lend a ear, not to mention I'm defending my head against mind bending forces, preventing progression. My course is congested with tumbleweed and stumbling blocks. Sod's law is opportunity knocks and doors lock. Wondering what's next. Never took kindly to threats. Best step behind me or step blindly on sets and find your bonds and your neck separated. Once bitten, never smitten, elevated by rhythm. I updated what I'd written prior to this. Listen, beats crisp and deep, lyrics born of my inner vision. Peep the mission, my motion graceful, my ways are worldly, so the page pulls you in with the gravitational force of my thoughts. I win wars with words, my pen mightier than the sword. My sins tore my limbs with pain. I'm fighting a losing battle, trying to grapple the shackles on my brain. Confusion I must organize to maintain. Realizing my delusion is sharing the same aims as my flame. Blown out by the wind of change. Grown so I ain't into games. Stay home and play envy. My inner self empty. Considering giving up hope, don't tempt me. Dope I got plenty, but the big wigs got a whiff. Now we can't get a hit, cause they're hogging the split. Trying to ruin it, canoeing it, dogging my gift. Am I losing it, pursuing life, dodging it? But thinking about robbing, I switch to legit methods of getting rich quick. Whatever effort jet in the district requires. This misfits, this fits its drive. Trying to find my independence. Staying alive, no gold pendants, jive talking or strutting my stride. I'm just walking with pride, all fronting aside. It's like something inside provides a catalyst for vision. Activists acting with accurate precision over rhythm sections. Relived in resurrection through tape deck, rewind direction, selection. Take check, take life as a lesson in living. Will I be the unforgiven or the unforgiving?
103.7 Kane FM.
I stay lazy, laid back, catching UV rays. I feel like I need to blaze to make it through these days of stagnation. My crew see ways to reach peace. The creation of beats, deep bass and free speech from the cheap seats. I watch the rain sweep streets. I wake from deep sleep and embrace the sun. Run the rat race to make first place or none. Set the pace with drum breaks and scrape the funds together to see me through. To do whatever I need to do. I believe in you and your cause, so take the tape off pause. Let it play and record. Check the DJ blend, spend the day indoors. I'm absorbing scores, trying to iron out the flaws in the beat. More jaw to keep my cipher complete. Kids playing in the street, out the window hear the rhythm. I'm hidden, my loops are the fruit that's forbidden. I jot words, envision the night sky by day. By night I envision the daylight to stay a single step ahead at this pivotal stage. Jehst upgraded for the digital age. As the sands fall, I stand tall below the fireball. The sky illuminated by the light that inspired all evolution. I'm trying to reach a resolution, pursue revolution and review my contribution. My body clock tick-tock by day, my body clock tick-tock by night. My body clock got me up to play. My body clock got me up to fight. My body clock tick-tock by day, my body clock tick-tock by night. My body clock tick-tock, okay? My body clock tick-tock, alright? The night is my time to rise and shine. Cause when there's moonlight in my eyes, I'm at my prime. My instincts refine as I adapt to the dark and I start to find myself within this nocturnal. Embarking on journeys, I then chart in my journal. See, I'm saving them for later use. 'cause every day has a dream and another excuse to break loose and run away, escape into the neon fires where shadows play, praying they can stay young forever. They pay their fare to Neverland, and together they fly, leave behind the responsibilities and then sever the tie that binds them to the sun. I watch Icarus fall and see it has begun. It's the beginning of the end. See, I'm back to day one and I have nothing, my friend, not a penny to my name. So I guess I'll just have to jump the next train again. So I guess I'll just have to jump the next train again. So I guess I'll just have to jump the next train. My body clock tick-tock by day, my body clock tick-tock by night. My body clock got me up to play, my body clock got me up to fight. My body clock tick-tock by day, my body clock tick-tock by night. My body clock tick-tock, okay? My body clock tick-tock, alright?
Kane 103.7 FM.
I put your rhymes to a whole stop. Go for your jugular vein, take out your voice box.
Taskforce.
Tournament.
I come heavy like Augusta, screaming like King Kong, dusted up, crashing the set, banging my chest, all superior. Scream on the weak in full hysteria. Up from the depths, spell masters in the area, the rap genie. First you see me, then you don't. A microphone's my favorite haunt, let me show you the ropes. Quasimodo style, a hunchback attracts posture. Wild like Oscar, snatch the mic and diss the roster. Imposters turn Speedy Gonzales, rather than face what I harvest. A time bomb out just to start ish. Word carnage, my advantage is I know where my heart is. I'm living criminal, it's Taskforce. We're subliminal on dance floors. SWAT team your halls for a militant cause. Play the floor for a six. Spin the world in the mix and throw your hands in the air if you know you're hardcore. We hold the ring like Lloyd Hunnigan, tied like a money belt. Before you see us melt, you see a rainy day in hell. We kill like cigarettes and pose a bigger threat than terrorists. Rebel shingles, imminent of death, new Aquarius.
Heavy artillery, boombox, beat fiasco. Anyway, mate, says rap fest or piss take. No mistake here. Somewhere we got our wires crossed, yapping like a puppy dog, expecting heaps of love. Taskforce Eskimos, hobo of the snow dunes, relates to the stars, the sun and moon. No way are you relating to me, so hold your insults while your heads are hopping about. Farmer Povo, settle scores, bopping around, frolicking sound. Round up the enemy before the sun goes down. My verse is virile, break seek, drum beat, the evil head pumps the feeling through the speaker. Take heed, the vagabond, scruffy little man from the wasteland. Taskforce man, rap boomerang kids. Stand strong amongst 700 lies and fibs, and stick to real things and won't talk shit. We hold the ring like Lloyd Hunnigan, tight like a money belt. Before you see us know, you'll see a rainy day in hell. We kill like cigarettes and pose a bigger threat than terrorists. Issue a tournament of death, new Aquarius. Grab the apparatus, earn status and points. Turn Yeti on the mic and put my foot in the joint. My head follows slow like a cowboy scene. Wild man McBain is finally free. Broke the chain and left it swinging on my wrist. Now I hold the microphone in a closed fist. Switch to drift and drink liquor. Hold my space like Godzilla. Overheat thermometer, rock and roll thriller. Grow like Andromeda strains, the clone killers. Freestyle phenomenas named in bold letters. Slangs to rap, leave your handicap. Skip on tracks, whether tit or tat. I spit the facts and bring it back. Street essence, slapping the art, paint the party like Salvador Dali. Raw like fresh rolled Manali. Stink like dirty Punani. King of the swingers, you can call me Jumanji. We hold the ring like Lloyd Hunnigan, tight like a money belt. Before you see us melt, you'll see a rainy day in hell. We kill like cigarettes and pose a bigger threat than terrorists. Issue a tournament of death, new Aquarius. My mic man, right hand clutch, robust. Monster crush, just settle like a dust devil does. Usmaan, stand ready for the tournament. Your best dust, run from the McBain parliament. No argument, it's useless. We heckle whack, mystics, grab their crystals for the farmer's flex. I done wiped out memories of your last phase. Changed your brains into shavings of my face yesterday. I've slayed brave braves on rainy days and made paid my mic check. In the flesh, come challenge my depth. I drown attempts, cement boots for fake men with fork pens. Salute the task force, this year we set trends. Explosive collision head on, I cut my own brakes. Racing top speed into any rap break. We got our own ways of dealing with the UK scene. Beware lead, heavy shreddies, lock the hunger down steady.
We hold the ring like Lloyd Hannigan, tight like a money belt. Before you see us float, you see a rainy day in hell. We kill like cigarettes and pose a bigger threat than terrorists. Issue a tournament of death, new Aquarius. It's the tournament. Evil Ed Productions, Taskforce, Chester P. Hackenbush, Farmer Giles, music from the corner. Low
From
life,
the US
low
to
life,
UK,
low
my
life,
crew is
low
cold
life.
crushing. I'm either out digging for gems or we're discussing them. With the deal, y'all, this is Oxygen representing vinyl veterans. And if I ain't out digging in the crates, I'm listening to the Pioneers of Hip Hop show with my man Whirlwind D on Kane 103.7 FM, the realness show.
LD, I was just messing with this beat in the lab, and I thought, you know what? Let me just pass him this beat, rock 32 bars straight, and we're gone. What are you saying?
Welcome back to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show on Kane 103.7 FM. If you've just joined us tonight, we are tracing the history of legendary UK imprint YNR Productions, a label that had its origins in the late 90s and is still going strong today, release by release, everyone a winner. And of course they are about to drop the brand new Jehst album. We're going to hear a bit of that later on. And don't forget, as well as a little bit of that Jehst, that's going to be a killer album for sure. We've also got brand new music from the likes of Cappo, the Mighty 360 Physicals, and the Live from the Groove crew. So we hyped the set with a few of the earliest releases on the YNR label. First up was Jehst's incredible debut, the Premonitions EP, which was the first release on YNR Records. Now we played a track called Independent, and Independent very much sums up the label's beginnings. The label itself would take form whilst Jehst was still in Huddersfield, and initially it was headed up by Jehst and Tommy Evans, who hailed from Leeds, before the label would relocate itself to London when Jehst came to London to start his degree. Now the Premonitions EP is a great snapshot of the early YNR crew, featuring A Saviour, Nexus 6, Nmonic, Tahaka, Usmaan, Lexus, as well as fellow label head Tommy Evans, and of course Evil Ed. Now not surprisingly, it goes for a bit of loot these days, with the first pressing, which has the blue text on the labels, commanding a high price. And not surprising, it's a great debut from one of the UK's leading lights, and of course it's the first record on YNR Productions. There are conflicting stories of whether 300 or 500 were pressed of this initial blue text version, but either way it was a small pressing, and nowadays, like I say, it's very sought after indeed. We then moved into the second release on the label, another collectible one, and a track called Body Clock, which featured Jehst and was taken from the Voicemail EP by Nmonic. Now the EP also featured Nexus 6 and Tommy Evans, and once again saw Evil Ed handling some of the production. Now let's just focus for a moment on Evil Ed, because he has a key part to play in this YNR history. Ed had met Jehst in Huddersfield around 1998 at, so it said, at Fourth Wave Records, and this meeting would see Evil Ed return to the recording world after his work, of course, as one half of Hidden Identity in the early 90s. Love that EP, Return of the Red Eye, what a killer track. Soon after, he would join Jehst and other YNR members in Leeds to record the Premonitions EP, providing some production and scratches. Now, due to the pressure of paying for the studio time, which Jehst handled, and artists taking time to write verses, and a few hiccups along the way, including disagreements in the studio, the process wasn't straightforward. However, the result was, of course, one of the most iconic debuts ever, and that was that first track we played, Independent, from the Premonitions EP by Jehst. Now, the final track we played in that volley of cuts was the fourth on the label, the Tournament Round 1 EP by Evil Ed, and the track in question was a title track which featured Taskforce. Now, by this time, YNR was based in London, and through their early successes, the collective became involved with other upcoming groups, including Taskforce, which we just heard. Now, the vocals for this particular track were recorded at Taskforce home studio. Now, we're going to stick with Evil Ed's brilliant EP for a moment because I think it sums up those early years perfectly, and we're going to play a track called Dangerous Situation.
Feel the static, the dangerous acrobatic. I said it embedded, attack hearts of paramedics. Raise the alarm, fill the space you giving them. Cause I'm to be anticipated more than the millennium. Inside my web, I caught ya. Now let me begin. The legacies of an MC torture. Whether you may hide or you stay inside. My rhymes reach a peak and collapse upon you like landslides. Now what remains is the injuries you sustain. I'm a danger to wildlife, I break hurricanes. My wrath is mathematics, supersonic. Flows are fast like gears who Tiptronics. While you contemplate about being content with fate, I'm out late, rocking jewels like continent plates. The listener is the hitcher, cause with me, I'm carrying you through the realms of my literature.
I make mission impossible, a job done easy. Hunt down YNCs till they're extinct species. Burn the CDs, erase the names from the history books till no trace remains. I came to save hip-hop from disgrace and shame. I place the blame at those who chase the fame. Replace the rain with a new mic order. My task is to force ya to confess and torture with water. Drops are hit your forehead for more dread. There's no escape, you're unable to move your legs. Cowards to yellow with fear. When I saw red, you're dead. I explode like nuclear warheads.
Potentially dangerous situation. A potentially dangerous situation. A potentially dangerous situation. A potentially dangerous situation.
My vocabulary is synchronized in the classical fashion, controlled like traction. My tracks are action, drives my passion. Your breakdown is nervous because my background is studied intensely like murder. What you renowned for? Absorbing the stress of death, recuperate, reshape when I go from strength to strength. My performance is fully tuned like engines, potentially in the making. We have a rhyme legend. Why you want to? Cause I'm a killer, I pierce force shields. Cause on war fields I'm a gorilla. Then your temperature drops and your tracks freeze. Usmaan is an oasis in the desert of YNCs. Oh please, my thoughts are science, I'm defiant. I feed fear in your alliance. I lighten the sky like a full moon. In the street cypher, I flow like blood from bullet wounds.
This obviously could be potentially dangerous.
Tommy Evans is worth more than amateurs who need to rehearse more. I drop rhymes so deep they're buried at the earth's core. My genius is hidden beneath the surface. Then it emerges as multi-lava verses. The worthless get burnt with rhymes that are scripted. When it was your turn to shine, I eclipsed it. Left in the dark, you can't picture how I ripped it. So my biro depicts it in hieroglyphics. Defeats inflicted with raps of force hole. Consonants to shift and flip the south and north poles. Cut on reverse, must redraw the atlas. I invert gravity and not the earth of its axis and hapless. MC spinning into black holes, they lack soul. The lowlands in my rap blows and echo with topics that freeze a tropic. When T drops it, you can't believe your optics. Kidnap corny rappers cause they're cheesy what's-its. And torture them until their plea is stop it.
Believe me, kids, this stuff is dangerous.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
you're listening to Kane 103.7 FM.
That must be told.
Let me tell you what it's all about.
I was on the dance floor when I spotted this minx. Eye contact got me shot dead, dropping my drink. I stop when I think about what might be, and it excites me. But to raise my chest is slightly. To get to got to do the right thing like Spike Lee. So I approach and say politely, excuse me. From a distance I've been admiring your beauty. I'd like to get to know you, so would you do me the honor of buying you a drink, a bougie? Friends give me cold stares, muttering, she coolly replied, make it a briefing. What's your name? Is it cool if we jokes, make a laugh that act like a dipstick. Playing smooth like Slip Rick to pull this fit chick. No lipstick on her thick lips, just a stud in her nose. Tells me she's studying prose. Is that the time already? Club's gonna close. What you doing later? Is it good if we go? Now we stood in the cold, waiting for a hackney carriage. She's down for a fling, but ain't thinking about marriage. Ophelia, back in the day I used to deal with her. Never thought about leaving her, cause I was happy just to be with her. Yeah, Ophelia. Fast forward in time by a couple of months. Now me and Ophelia are a couple, but once or twice she squawks the idea of being settled down, bills to pay, furniture from IKEA. Okay, let's get a takeaway, make her way to my yard. It's her choice of film. We ain't watching Die Hard. Turn down the lights, put on Erica Badu. I'll fix the food, pour your salsa taboo. We ain't flirting, just conversing. True submergent with no coercion. She says she's a virgin, preserving herself for her true love. I respect that. Eyes are jet black, pulls a light, reflect back. Let's chat some more. Exchange thoughts in plain talk over the main course. See if we're the same sort, or if we're thinking differently. Cause on this one issue, Miss and me disagree. In private, she's kissing me. In public, she won't declare we're an item officially. Now she's dissing me cause she's extra vexed, and steps with friends to go from X to next. Ophelia, back in the day I used to deal with her. Never thought about leaving her, cause I was happy just to be with her. Ophelia, I've been hearing rumors about my lady lately. Maybe they're true, like she dates is a fool and he's playing her too. I'm crazy for you is what she used to be telling me. Not so bad though, aggro, jealousy, she ain't belling me, even though she promised to stay in touch. And when I call, she ain't saying much. One day I struck through my manor, seen a beamer. Ophelia stepped out the passenger side, all plastered and high. I guess with surprise, is that my last in disguise? In the past she was shy, now she's in high fashion, flashing ass in her thighs. When asking her why, she's passing me by for a nastier guy. She's fast to reply, or in cash and his ride. Plus the passion had died and she ain't in love with me. She'd rather at motherly. She says, all along you were too good to me. She prefers the company of bad boys into buggery, cause I stand up to her stubbornly. She's hugging me goodbye, begrudgingly I let go. Inside my head her voice still echoes. Yeah, Ophelia, back in the day I used to deal with her. Never thought about leaving her, cause I was happy just to be
Kane FM.
Project, Cirrus, Jehst, Tommy Evans, Boomcat Anthem, waging war on the pretenders, yeah. I'll stop you in your tracks if you start with me. We rap so fat they clog your arteries. I'm so inventive with my artistry. I break round like earthquakes and part the seas. Be a smart MC, stop sparking trees. Smokers get blunted, ain't as sharp as tea. I'm on point like Labor Dead Seas, can't cut it. I slice up your intestines, leave you cut it. Discord distress, you want you test. I rip out your windpipe, leave you short of breath. I walk with Jehst, with Yorkshire's best. My flow so hot that it will scorch your flesh. I burn MCs, give them the third degree. Send them to accident and emergency. They urgently need plastic surgery, but can't be saved cause they're bleeding internally. I watch as you fade into obscurity. My fraternity reign for eternity. I purposely run perfectly. I'm at the best, no doubt. It's a certainty.
Yo, I decapitate whack and fake rappers at a rapid rate. Either take cover or run like the clappers mate. Because I'm done with the chat, I make it happen. Break beats and batter tracks. Chiefs I eradicate. I can see straight through their front like acetate. Heat up the beat so their weak flows evaporate. Burn the earth till it reverts to its natural state. Battle great pretenders bend their twist it back to shape. Shifting man, I make plans to assassinate. Take rappers hate the fact that I captivate crowds cause I'm holding it down like gaffer tape. Transition and my sharp whip will lacerate half-wits. My gamma ray targets you pop stars. I carpet bomb your boot camp and bombard troops. Tactical, run tracks like stock cars. Grab my name into your back with these hot bars. The battleground stomper,
nocturnal author.
Kidnap rappers and carry out water torture.
Drown a performer.
Brainstorm on A4, verbal napalm. Blazing the trail for the
so I don't need a mic. I bring the noise faster than the speed of light and shower clever rhymes you don't see too bright. You can't be the right. I'm rap's cleverest mind. My body of work is ahead of its time. You'll have to wait till 2079 for cryptologists to crack every line.
I see you bite and setting you watch your seconds behind to try and catch what I'm dropping when you're checking the rhyme. You're saying nothing like a professional man. Well, I'm spitting this liquid of the venomous kind. Read my lips like an unsettling sign that I might flip any minute, leave you dead in your prime. Severing spines from heads when the letters align to spell. Jehst. I shine as I steadily climb. We can go toe to toe, so don't be stepping on mine. You see, me and TE stay deadly combined. We told you once already, now this is double jeopardy. Preschool lyricists are having trouble getting me. I got a primitive remedy for the attitude. New jack rappers get battered till they're black and blue. They made a track or two, but did I have a clue? To me it doesn't matter who you are, I still flatter you. Steamroll through your whole crew off the fashion shoe. You couldn't see me if you drank a tank of carrot juice. I get the jam jumping like kangaroos. He who dares, now there's a man who stands to lose. My style shocking like a damaged fuse. I drop savage tunes like arsenic in your Malibu. The battleground stomper,
nocturnal author,
kidnap rappers and carry out water torture.
Drown a performer,
brainstorm on A4, verbal napalm, blazing the trail for the battleground stomper.
Nocturnal author,
kidnap rappers and carry out water torture.
Drown a performer,
brainstorm on A4, we wage war on you fake types.
Any entertainer, I got a torture chamber.
Hey yo, this is Phil Most Chill, still out to kill, and you are listening to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show presented by Whirlwind D on Kane FM. Get busy or get lost.
Tonight is all about legendary imprint YNR Productions, and in fact the show comes at the perfect time, as I mentioned earlier, with Jehst's brand new album about to drop at the start of February on the YNR imprint. You're locked into KFM 103.7 on the FM dial, and of course you can listen to us over the internet at www.knfm.com. So we find ourselves in the year 2000 with Jehst and Tommy Evans, now based in North London, and the label quickly developing a rep as one of the key players in the game. First up, we heard another track from the tournament round 1, this time featuring Tommy Evans and Usmaan, who of course appeared on the Premonitions EP. Now the track itself was another brilliant Evil Ed production, and even made use of a sample from an instructional LP for learning to drive. Now Evil Ed would follow up this EP 2 years later with the equally dope tournament round 2, but this time he would resurrect his hidden identity imprint as a vehicle for this release. Now Ed would remain part of the collective and continue to provide scratches and productions for YNR, as well as recording for other labels, including his own HID imprint. And I got to mention that Evil Ed is still doing his thing, still releasing fantastic music. Check out my man Evil Ed over on Instagram for details of his Hidden Identity Productions label and the music they are releasing at the moment. All of it super dope. We then moved to the sophomore EP by Tommy Evans and a track called Ophelia. Now, with origins in Leeds and connections to groups like Breaking the Illusion, it comes as no surprise that he would relocate to London in 2000 with the ambition to make it in music. Now, at this time, YNR was a three-man business with CY also at the helm, and the next track we heard was CY's brilliant Water Torture, which of course featured both Jehst and Tommy Evans. Now, CY was from North London, and having graduated with a degree in music production, would release his debut 12 for the label. In fact, Water Torture, which was a track we played, would appear on the soundtrack for British film Kidulthood in 2006. and CY would go on to produce other tracks for the likes of Jehst, Tommy Evans amongst others, and in the 2000 introduced Jager to the label. Now the flip side to the 12-inch featured Ricochet from the Universal Soldiers, who is now known as Rick Branson. Speaking of Ricochet, but a different Ricochet, this time Ricochet Kalashnikov, we're going to move into a track called Dago Mentality.
Come like Britney Spears, you get spear in your head with the cow. It's not a joke. Original front teeth, gold teeth, no brush teeth, skin teeth, kick out teeth, blood bleed. Yo, you read it? Yeah, excess amount of love go to the man called Louis Parker. Super T, the man called Dolo, see? Everything is fresh and nice, see? Yo, I'm live, I'll flex like Fernando. I'm walking down dark roads with dog arts and jankos. Negros with no code like Double O. It's cold wind, blow like Satchmo. Offload like Macaron. Till rap is back on road. Hold the zip code, my brains overload like boats flooded with info. Maniacs running on road, shotting like Rambo. Running out of ammo, these times are pyromatics. Radix getting juked with a still rusty ratchet. There's man cocking gadgets to pierce your puffer jacket. Disconnect the mainframe, my mind state is metric. Fake don't segregate, burst the barricades and escape out the cages. Hatred is contagious when contained in small spaces. Suffocate my pain, keep it contained within the pages. It's less dangerous, channel my chi interchanges. It takes ages. That's 8 stages of 36 chambers. Protect your neck, you're next to Kim and next door neighbors. Cause next year, I'm killing facios for wages. Barefaced, be faced with fear on a daily basis. Slushes on my case for eradication, raid my Bill Gates. Ricochet Kalashnikov, rip through your rag and bone, penetrate your steel plate. Contemplate, we ain't got nothing to conversate. Snakes come off, plan the great escape. This world's full of hate, but I moderate my intake like karma. The saga continues to circulate like Circle 33. Arms out and don't accommodate. Spit cyanide, 100, concentrate. Yeah, cause that's Dago mentality. Killing fascists for salary. Salivating insanity. Dago mentality. Killing fascists for salary. Salivating insanity. Yeah. 9-5 merciless. You might have heard of us. My flex causes turbulence. I live amongst the murderers. It's murderous. Whole heap of man trying to murder us. Maneuvering like burglars with infrared binoculars. The East Maze metropolis filled to the brim with metro police officers. Man popping man for popularity. Insanity. Can it be? Things were all so simple back in 93. Now it's pure tragedy. These Dago days dragging me deeper into agony. Animated anarchy. My attitude is Aggie. Man attacking like Apache. Coppers trying to catch me. Can't rap like Habayashi. You move like a cockroach and your whole flex is fussy. Your pussy, yo, my flow's sharp. Cut your throat, spit killer quotes, then I'm ghost on the outro. My eyes glow, glistening like nitro. Lock, stock and 2 smoking rifle. Kalashnikov, tear you for any off like Van Gogh. Burst shots through your tank top. Stand firm like Mexican standoff. Stanley on the standby, that's standard procedure. The basic Amiga. Maintain my balance like Libra. Swift like Calibra. Injection, big up to my henchmen. Too many names to mention. I bench press stress, treading streets full of tension. What's your intention? To spread love or vengeance? Life's like a sentence. I'm trapped in the context of man-made laws. Keep a shetty by my doors, cause I live by the sword. Man get chopped in their vocal cords. Man getting robbed for their mobile wards. Man overboard, man dying over broads. Man killing man for gyros on the high road, getting rushed more. Yeah, you know the score. 2 2s and 4 4s under floorboards, ready for them frauds. Yeah, you know the score. 2 2s and 4 4s under floorboards, ready for them frauds. Yeah.
103.7 Kane FM.
Jehst, Kaiser, Ricochet, Kalashnikov, night time, night breeze, night survival. Keep your head low on the front line trenches. Come on.
Nighttime vultures, hidden in the dark of the shadows. Eyes red, night vision sharper than arrows. Tools in my hand cause I'm paro. Prank cause I see many man get hanged from the gallows. Out there, man will teeth the wheels off your barrel. Deep things happen when people think shallow. Jailbirds trapped in a cell doing a sparrow. Raggo, enough to put a spark in your marrow. Street thieves dipping a wallet for take a man's dough. Plan so nippy you won't see where the hands go. Man toes liquor and drink it over man's goals. Jangros, searching right on top of the lamppost. Tramps hold paper bags with a tenants. Drunk brothers stumbling home totally redders. Foreign beggars, seat change heavily preggers. Fellas getting wet up for the Averex levers. As I roam in the street, my arms and my shoulders are weak, and pain flows through the soles of my feet. And a place called home isn't sweet. Coppers watch you like drones on the beat, with cold stares full of frozen deceit. I wonder what they hope to achieve by grabbing me up by my coat on my sleeve. People chat my name, quoting my speech. My mind floats slow when I dream, and I can hear myself moan in my sleep. Cold followers, showing no tolerance for foreigners. They lost in their lives and sick pride of the swastika. Hard cases, racist scar faces, filled with dark hatred, looking for arms blatant. Off my sparse blades, my margins off, saying my father's last name was bastard past blame. To ease my heart's pain, I chant and start praying. Calm the vast flame that marked the last days.
Pool of deep black sirens penetrate the silence, blinding light shining, dilate the iris. Driver shot hybrids and clock mileage, deep in the dawn light, heavy on the eyelids. Bevy by my side, I write this. Pennies on my mind, I might switch. High like I'm probably psychic, twisting up quality tie stick. Eye-tile visions of the dominant mind trick. Eyes on the hourglass, watching the time slip. Poverty strikes quick, the night tick. Got everyone in the tight grip, a clenched fist. Defenseless tense kids turn henchmen to death wish. Bleaching. When my friends exit my bed sit, I bill a next split. Mute news 24 to escape the madness, and wake up travelling on snakes and ladders, grappling with knaves and blaggers, bandits with blades and daggers, taggers, jack the lads getting blazed and bladdered. Same as standard, vagrants with organ damage, worn and ragged, their clothes all torn and tattered. It's the war zone. Reporters are causing panic. Phone taps crackle with distortion to static. White collar hackers up tapping on laptops. Good cops, bad cops, bankrupt, gang cops, smashing the padlocks on his stash box. Contraband cash crops and crooks that cook crack rocks. Drunks gather in the back of kebab shops that shop beer, knock off brand names.
Who's gonna tell the truth to the youths? Will it be you? Will it be me, or will you leave it to the school to instill twisted rules? Maybe you're confused, perspective and views, but all I see is bare youths killing youths for the love of the loot. It's like Beirut, mini Berettas and vendettas, part-time dappers, iron apple slappers trying to catch us but can't trap us. Little schemers attracted to cash and chaps with chaparitas, sending chaps to come and cap you in your beamers. Friends turn demons, trapped behind bars for 12 seasons, while his baby mother cries freedom, dreaming of the day that she can flee from the region and begin again like Eden. Escape Babylon and leave behind the demons. Dodgy dealings, crack fanatics fiending. Feds screwing, they're brewing. Can't keep tabs on what I'm doing. Take 10 taxi cabs just to keep them off track. Lone wolf on my jacks, roam road like a ridgeback. Shabby chap, I wore Aggie with a hunchback. Feeling insecure with my thoughts impure. The city's sick like disease and it can't be cured. Top dogs say the word and have you killed from abroad. I bring fire for your fassies and batty man barrels. No remorse, bend back, I ride rhythm like horse. Strike, I attack your source like Delta Force. Many say I'm too coarse, but of course life's harsh. Living in a manner with mans with no regards and no regrets. Top shutters and skets. As times advance past, I slowly regress. Exhale stress to get things off my chest. Put my heart into the rhymes for the heads. Enough said, enough dead, enough bled, enough fled. The few that remain, their brain stained with the bloodshed. I play the edge and stay nippy like beds and blaze Ziggy on the regs. Knowing to myself that it's keeping me suppressed. So suppressed. Plus, my dad blazed till his lungs were deprived of breath. Yo, I walk the same path, following his footsteps. Trapped in the quest for the physical flesh. I digest food for thought from the biblical text. Because all Jaja blessed maidens. This one, Kalashnikov, Kaiser and Jehst.
Kane 103.7 FM.
Cause there's a lot on my mind. I've got a girlfriend stressing me for quality time. I've got bills and checks that have gotta be signed, and I'll probably find they all drop at one time. But I guess that's the city stress. The city's pitiless. The city gets me feeling chest pains from cigarettes mixed with skunk, and I can't quit the liquor yet. Always sipping Becks and whiskey's got me in a mess. Wickedness is all that I see around me. I might be a townie, but I've got to escape and be still. In green fields, dive to the bottom of lakes, or maybe climb to the top of some cake, because this wasn't my fate. Sometimes I hate this shit. Wanna take some chicks up to the Lake District and go fly fishing. Just white chilling with some live women, laughing and lies facing life grinning. So ride with me, vibe with me, spend a little time with me. So come and take a break from the city with S. So ride with me, vibe with me, spend a little time with me. So come and take a break from the city. If I had a genie, I wouldn't wish for a car with a TV or porn stars in bras and bikinis. I'd grab this magic carpet, nip off to Fiji, give my family and friends a couple tickets to see me, cause I miss them, believe me. But I wouldn't miss my job, miss the smog, traffic and the other things it puts me off. Like taking the tube or like getting no change for a note when I'm paying for food. So one day I'ma move to where the booze is cheap, where you don't get poisoned by the food you eat, to where you stop work in the afternoon to sleep. I refuse to be another sheep in the flock. I got a higher purpose. I might find it writing verses, and if you don't create nothing, your life is worthless. They're talking from inside their hearses. Dead souls who led lost lives in shallow graves won't hide their curses. So ride with me, vibe with me, spend a little time with me. So come and take a break from the city with S. So ride with me, vibe with me, spend a little time with me. So come and take a break from the city. You know why? You'll always see YG with a pen, cause every time I pick it up I'm daydreaming again. I sleepwalk into the park, fall asleep on a bench, keep talking in the dark, even speaking in French. And if you catch me in that mood, leave me alone. Sometimes all I wanna do is be on my own, cause I crave freedom to roam down the highway. And if I find a nice place, I might stay. I'm trying to find my way through life's maze. Problem is every 365 days my world turns round. It's funny how times change, but I never look back, only forward or sideways.
Follow my lead on a journey.
So ride with me, vibe with me, spend a little time with me. So come and take a break from the city with S. So ride with me, vibe with me, spend a little time with me. So come and take a break from the city.
C for forever, yeah. Right now, I'm out of England, fresh out of Ghana, listening to the Pioneers of Hip Hop show on the Kane FM with a man like Whirlwind D and a man like DJ Miracle Skane.
Welcome back to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show on Kane FM. If you've just joined us tonight, it's all about legendary UK imprint YNR Productions. And don't forget, you can catch all our previous shows on the Whirlwind D YouTube channel, at least the last 2 years or so. In fact, if you want to go back even further, and the show's been running for over 10 years now, way over 100 shows deep, you can catch those on the Kane FM Mixcloud. Big thanks for all the comments and likes, we hugely appreciate it. So the first track we played was Ricochet Kalashnikov's debut, Dago Mentality, produced by Lewis Parker, who of course had been in the Champions of Nature with Jehst. Now, Kalashnikov was a founding member of the Terra Firma crew, which featured a number of artists who would collaborate with YNR artists, including Kaiser and Scribbler. Now, speaking of the Terra Firma crew, the next track we played, which was Nightbreed by Jehst, featured two members of the Terra Firma crew, Kaiser and Ricochet Kalashnikov, further evidence that by 2002 YNR Productions was a force to be reckoned with, alongside other iconic imprints such as Low Life, to which of course YNR had many links with its roster. Now, this period in time is regarded by many as one of those golden ages of UK hip-hop, and YNR was one of those organisations at the heart of it, with the likes of Jehst, Tommy Evans and others regularly performing at Kung Fu in Camden. In fact, as a writer for Undercover magazine at the time, I remember the buzz surrounding the label. Crazy times. And YNR was one of those labels that just kept pumping out quality like Low Life and a few others. They certainly were the standard bearers of the time. So it's not surprising then that by 2003 YNR would put together its first compilation album, and the final track in that volley of cuts that we heard would feature on this comp, although it was actually originally featured on LG and Lopez's Sit Tight imprint. But given LG and Lopez's work with YNR artists like Jehst, it's not surprising it would appear on this compilation. And that track was City Breaks, which featured Young Gun, and although Young Gun didn't release a record on YNR, he was again affiliated with the collective and would feature on many releases from the likes of Tommy Evans and more. Up next, a long-awaited debut.
With a my torch pyro, all shout. Thunder slide line in hand, lick a breath and biro. Two-faced coats get scalped with a fly mo. Mind occupied like Palestine, formulate a plan, then raw. Like Aslan, infest your program. Tinseltown terrorist time, burn your shrines. My vision turn you from the sky like nights take lines. Dream invader, plastic landslide characters. Cloud stepper spit till I flood the Thames barrier. Smart enough to know how little I know. Clever placebo, they're under control. Twist up like Picasso, biting styles from the Congo. Swing onto the scene, Peter Parker / Gunzo. Sights on you Muppets like Bunsen and Beaker. Fraff rappers, yeah, poisonous gas like dodgy freezers. Think you're big geezer. Attitude stink like dirt beaver. Cheap satellite buds, follow the leader. It's the sun dragon, bro. Meditate like Yamho, you then get killed. Work a piece of metal like Magneto. As love and hate circulates from woman, child and man. Ace, king, queen, jack, 10, hold a heavy hand. Nature's own sun, hold the strength for the sun. Sun dragon, breathe fire till the earth is done. Build this summit for the future like Noah built the ark. Throw your hands in the air, Lord, show us the path. Nature's own sun, hold the strength for the sun. Sun dragon, breathe fire till the earth is done. Build this sign for the future like Noah built the ark. Throw your hands in the air, Lord, show us the path. All my drinky peoples raise your glasses up, please. All my big bunning heads, you can blaze your trees. All you preachy people, I don't know what you believe. I've seen you scavenge from the seas, strong words, weak deeds. Keep my poisons in perspective and my day-to-day in order. Cause yeah, it's sink or swim, but I'm mainly treading water. Digital vampire, snatch your soul with camcorders. Tired of running from your nature, you don't need a mediator. Chop wood like Charles Bronson and I flip and fling cables. Trying to hold my tongue, but I'm choking on razors. Trailblazer caper, spit sagas like Kalashnikov. Make yourself comfortable, fix yourself a Molotov. Planning progress on a mountain top. Haze from Greenwich meantime, trying to regulate my body clock. Django crush your body rock with Shaolin iron chest. Snipers try their best, but their darts fail to pierce my And my singing sword carves noses beautifully ugly. Mainly stay by myself, though there's people that love me. Blunderbuss, pepper shot, slaughter lines, mid sentences. Words sound power, refined, divine synthesis. Caught up, lost in a world and can't fathom it. Left in paralysis, the beast stays ravenous. Digital alchemy, turning Turks into blessings. Cloud stepping, walking the land, gathering weapons. Nature's own sun, hold the strength for the sun. Sun dragon, breathe fire till the earth is done. Building something for the future like Noah built the ark. Throw your hands in the air, Lord, show us the path. Nature's own sun, hold the strength for the sun. Sun dragon, breathe fire till the earth is done. Like Noah built the ark, throw your hands in the air, Lord, show us the path. Nature's own sun, hold the strength for the sun. Sun dragon, breathe fire till the earth is done. It's that simple. The world knows. Surely as the sun will rise. It's that simple. The world knows. Surely as the sun will rise. It's that simple.
Kane UK, we speak through the music.
Ladies and gentlemen.
money in the bank. The savior.
Young gun. What more can I say? We don't get no live than this. Don't get no live than this.
If you wanna see a neat brother, smack it with a deep luffer, hack it in a diesel, T in a D&G, puffer jacket, Air Max 9-0s, a 9.5 standard, G-Star iceberg, I like mine's branded, gold chain, 2 bills, nifty, I might add, sporting some white bad kicks from a Nike ad, charming flash jewels and Prada black shoes, I'm Armani track suits, you know, the cash rules, come on, they be getting the dough when I be spitting and ripping the show, flipping the flow, sticking my niggas on the hole, blinging and dripping in gold, my dress code's the best, so girls check this, you want cash? No, but I'll give you a pearl necklace.
And all I want is money in the bank, sneakers on my feet. And all I need is money in the bank, sneakers on my feet. Yeah. And all I want is
we're looking fly now, man.
Sneakers on my feet.
I'm shit back.
And all I need is money in the bank.
Yo, I could give you 101 reasons why young gunners are done, but there's only so much bragging that could be done in a song. Time is short, but the hustle is long. Couple bars, bruv, and I'm gone. I've got to call my cousin in Hong Kong. He's got a scheme I could double my one from. Uncut diamonds smuggled in wontons. And I've just been invited to a party full of Playboy bunnies with pom-poms, bumping the thong song. My brother threw one was to get him on camcorder. We used to have a scam for peddling tap water. The hip-hop Derek Trotter, but every tune that I sell is proper. Ain't a record hotter for a better offer.
And all I want is money in the bank, sneakers on my feet. And all I need is money in the bank, sneakers on my
I came from nicks on the market to Nikes looking garish. Nights with a mic when I write, gotta tear it. New rare pancake, my troops are the cake it. Who dare get rich? The hustle is intrinsic. In the city bustled of a muscle and a clenched it. What's this? Came through with Esser and say so on the payroll. Hotish, never mistaken. Shut your cake hole. I drop licks. Brother, I make moves. It's the remix. You need this in your life. I put up a fight and won't lose like most of these fools who don't plan. You're so blind. I'm exclusive brand. I came here to make you understand. I want these grants.
And all I want is money in the bank, sneakers on my feet. And all I need is money in the bank, sneakers on my feet. And all I want is money in the bank, sneakers on my feet. And all I need is money in the bank, sneakers on my feet. Down the road to the bank, that's what we got it good. Down the road to the bank.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
you're listening to Kane 103.7 FM.
Yo, ha, Brimstone, hard hitting like a fistful of breeze blocks. Billy Brimstone swinging down out the treetops with the weed crops. So fat you catch a heart attack like Buffy the Human Beatbox. It's the troglodyte bachelor, flipping tyrannosaur meat with a spatula. Peep the vernacular, cause if an A&R call you blood, better believe that he's Dracula. I got Sherry Blair cooking my tea at number 10, politicking with the Mujahideen. I take a pull of the green and I pass it around, but Tony don't get none because he's gagged and bound. Hey yo, check how it's going down. It's the Royal Tenenbaum with the fridge full of Lowenbrow. You're looking at me like holy cow. With the wolves all around, Brimstone still hold his ground. It's the world renowned animalistic. Kill a man for a cup of tea and a biscuit. Word to Mr. McVitie, the urban herbalist, twisting a king size Ziggy. And when I spit it's not pretty, my flow's like a tidal wave hitting a seaside city. They wanna know who is he? Biddy the kid keep emergency service is busy. Dipping in your purse for the kitty. 5-finger discount specialist burst on the premises. The genesis of a menace like Dennis's. Biddy Brimstone is the birth of your nemesis. Yo, it's about time I admitted I'm addicted to drugs. I might flip on these dips, thinking the thugs. I came in the studio draped in a rug like Ugg. The cave dweller swinging the club, left everything stinking a bud, drinking a bud. The battleship sinking your sub. I'm like Homer Simpson sipping a duff. Everything gets covered in a sprinkling of puff. I dig in the dust, the crate toucher, the gate rusher, the high plains brain crusher, swinging an uppercut with a knuckle duster, letting off buckshots from the blunderbuster. From the sands of the Sahara, just afar I say hi to your father. I'm blazing high grade marijuana, playing Connect 4 with Osama bin Laden.
We gon' keep it locked.
As you sit in the cheap seats, these beats are hitting the streets, peeps. A sheep sleep I've written in heaps deep. Creep, leap to grab him and curse. Look at him and thirst. Like Adam and his madam, I had him first. Worst search the greed that I seed and need and breed, need and lead him to freedom, bleeding. Heathens are sipping, trip your grip slipping. Rip the hits bitten by lips when it's written. I run towns where nuns lounge, lunge nouns and plunge clowns, deep into depression like grunge sounds. I won crowns where some rounds have come to sundown and unwound, unbound venom and unfrowned. Some found I'm vexed within. Text to spin, then I skin your next to kin. Let's begin. I sussed your thug lust, and plus I slug dust like a crush in a drug bust. Heart the start proof, I knock the sharp tooth, shark youth and park truth, spark your dark booth. Your vision's lit when I spit the precision of it. Grit, collision, and hit. Now your decision is split. Crammer zone, home grammar and jam alone. Slam a tone that's known in a manner to gramophones. Stop crying cause you're trying to hear flows. The exposed pros on the pioneer shows. Yeah, this is Cell 1 from the Gutter Snipes. Check it out, Whirlwind D, Kane FM. Shock it, rock it in the pocket. Tick tock it, shake it, pop, lock it. Now you hear the flow. Check the Pioneer Show with Whirlwind D as he drop it.
Kane 103.7 FM, the Pioneers Hip Hop Show in full effect. If you've just joined us for the first time, we are focusing our sights on legendary UK hip hop label YNR Productions. Remember, you can catch all of our previous shows on the Whirlwind D YouTube channel and some of those really old shows, as I alluded to earlier, on the Kane FM Mixcloud. So we find ourselves around 2003, firmly in that crucible of creativity, one of those golden ages of UK hip-hop for sure. At the time, labels like Low Life and YNR were drawing in many of the most talented artists, and the first cut we played is a fine example of this. Coming out on YNR in 2003, The Path by the Sun Dragon, aka Super T, was another fantastic record from the imprint. Super T had first hit vinyl alongside DJ MK and Brain Tax, to name a few, on Low Life's 98 series, which was a hotbed of talent, and also featured my man Lewis Parker, who of course would collaborate with Super T on many projects, as well as the superstar collective, the Champions of Nature. We then moved to A Saviour, another MC who was originally from Huddersfield and of course one of the original YNR crew. The track we played was the Jehst remix of Money in the Bank, and although A Saviour didn't quite build the same rep as Jehst or Tommy Evans at the time, he certainly recorded some brilliant music and would eventually move away, carving his own direction through his own label, Saving Grace. And you can catch him on Bandcamp. If you look up Savvy and Bandcamp, you'll be able to hear some of his new music. For our final cut, we moved to 2005 7-inch single Keep It Live by Billy Brimstone, aka Jehst, a troglodyte with a taste for the finer things in life, at least that's what it said on the 7-inch single. Now, with Jehst very much an ambassador for UK hip-hop, alongside the likes of luminaries such as Rodney P, Lewis Parker and Blade, this period would mark a branching out and embracing of styles, with Jehst embarking on a plethora of diverse projects. Soon after, Tommy Evans would move away from YNR and hip-hop, focusing his energies elsewhere, but soon returning as a prolific and very highly respected spoken word artist. So as the zeros drew on, YNR would draw in more artists such as Jaeger, Sir Smurf Lil and the incredible Kashmir.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo, this one goes out to all the glorifiers, the lords of liars. Yeah. The decapitation. Yo. The rats couldn't understand the author. 10 years later, they record the mass slaughter as I enter your layer of darkness with a flashlight. Make your mind up, I could be you from a past life. Possibilities are endless. I can close my eyes and see the fear and all pretenders. I can see the angels in December. I can see why you motherfuckers don't remember. For real? Your soul was amputated. The devil replaced it with a man's amount of hatred. Too late, wait, Vadertron enters with a plan to recover what he's meant to. And that includes old memories, proper remedies for mechanical centipedes. Inserted in your brain via ear hole, controlling you, humans become vehicles. Mine's a F-16 fighter jet, coming through like some kind of vet. Third eye detects how this shit goes down. Spirit bomb cluster, Vadertron don't rock around. A spirit cluster of sound. Everybody hit the ground. Hit reset now, come again. Niggas acting dumb again, talking about guns again. It's like motherfucker, read a book. Your beef is cooked, I can see it in your look. Trying to act hard like you're gully when in all reality you're just a punk with some fake buddies. You know that. Well, good luck to you, pal. I hope you make lots of money. Like, damn, the Antichrist is almost here. You understand this? Then shut the fuck up and listen here. Hold it down with the shit crimes learn. Taking them steps, enhancing your mind. Cause the money that you make right now won't mean spit when Lucifer's all up in your ass like this shit. He'll be dogging you. He'll be like, sit, boys, sit. Everybody power up, these are dark times. Try and stay legit, keep a sharp mind. Let's keep it on till the end of time. Everybody power up, these are dark times. Try and stay legit, keep a sharp mind. Let's keep it on till the end of time.
103.7 Kane FM.
Parkinson, Brimstone, and Phases, Vibrations. In the age of the bang, where man get banged.
Bang, yeah, that's the sound. So bang, fall back, don't act a clown. No bang, everybody start ducking down low. Bang, hit 'em with the bang, kill 'em with the bang, hit 'em with the hardest force. Bang, it's sounding like car exhaust. Bang, that's the sound that will start the war. Go bang, hit 'em with the bang, kill 'em with the
bang. Crack wallet, many man chat bollocks. Wanna act, wanna rap, wanna bite, wanna follow. Wanna die for the motto, many die from the hollows. In the ground you will follow, in this town what you don't know. Now I'm out for the lotto. Seeking the cash, speaking the rap, speaking the that. Breathing the fact, ease and relax. So in control, holding my own soul. In the zone, holding the flow. Known for the toe, soon I'ma blow blood. Murk any foe soon as I show up. Out for the dough, so get your dough out. Come with the P or you'll be thrown out. Smoke in the tree, P fits the profile. You best believe on the beat I'm so proud. Till speakers peak in the street so loud. Sounds like the heat when a man is gunned down.
Bang, yeah, that's the sound. So bang, fall back, don't act a clown. No bang, everybody start ducking down low. Bang, hit 'em with the bang, kill 'em with the bang, hit 'em with the hardest force. Bang, that's you sounding like car exhaust. Bang, that's the sound that will start the war. Go bang, hit 'em with the bang, kill 'em
Hitting with the bang. Straight heat, flambe, and Ross Clark. Show enough, so tough. Who's the master? Showed up, so Brock P is marker. Won't budge off with my karma. Hold up, wait, blood, here's the answer. Fireball finisher, flame neurotic. Sick but sinister, and came regardless. Aim and archer came just to take the target. What's the chances? What's the circumstances? Still live starving, full of gas and farting. Brass and gasping, why the fuck I'm asking? Spliffs and sparking, trying to catch a bargain. I'm advancing cause I ain't demanding. I'm regarded as the man, the father. Plan to scarper to Japan and after. Down the lager like a drunk monster. Bang, yeah, that's the sound. So bang, fall back, don't act a clown. No bang, everybody start ducking down. No bang, hit 'em with the bang, kill 'em with the bang.
Kane 103.7 FM.
They're brainwashing us, mate. We're like, you know, we haven't got any brain. We don't know who we are. We don't know where we're going.
Well
we don't know how to fight back, like.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, we can choose what football team we support or what crap tabloid we read and so on, but that's it. That's the free choice. If people actually did get up and have free speech and say what they wanted to say, they'd just come and crack down on it. See, theoretically you've got free speech, as long as you don't practice it. And if you practice it, boom, they come down and you're like a ton of bricks, don't they?
Stack chips and that's the way it is, yo. Living in the city is turning Billy schizophrenic. It's a blood money epidemic. Kids rock academics, but they're not academic. Better stop for a second. Take a look around you. Demons surround you. Evil is all powerful. Love is up against the ropes. It's God's downfall. Lucifer reigns. The future remains doubtful. The gloves are off. Bare knuckles for the last round. Listen to the war drum. Hear how my heart sound. Fist pound the asphalt. As the living dead inhale the crack smoke. Blood out of stone just to make cash flow. Streets retarded. The daily news is too much for the weak-hearted. Deeply depressed, artistic, arsonist, sparking spliffs. Addicts jack the pharmacist. The devil lives in the houses of parliament. Devil worship and rebel disarmament is the main agenda for the parliamentary member. Sending the toxic avenger, mutant anti-hero. Stack the Nero, move with a bandolero, a sub-zero temperature. New clothes for the emperor. Watch how you walk, these kids will put an end to ya. The cross-country adventure, venting the pent-up aggression when I enter the session. Adolescents hold weapons to shut down your pantomime. Draw heat 9 degrees Fahrenheit. England, where the smackheads jacking up, crackheads cracking up, your back up or backing up. Leave with your hands cupped, po busting blocks, old folk punching clocks, showing the police stopping me with the POT. Race hate growing, so they're voting for BNP. Brits in Guantanamo, dreaming of being off. Here for this country, it ain't issue with me for me. Look at the history books, peep the bloodshed. Karma is coming, you see the streets run red. Red rum, that's the way that the money's made. The Church of England invest in the slave trade. Trace it back to the bank where you put your wage. Built on the blood
internationally known to roam in your zone. This is Music G repping the underground army. You're now tuned in to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show with Whirlwind D on Kane FM. Nobody can do it better.
Welcome back to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show on Kane 103.7 FM. Tonight it's all about the story of iconic UK hip hop label YNR Productions. But before we move back into the music and the story, it's time for a few shouts. Like I say, we always appreciate all the interaction on our YouTube uploads. Massive thanks goes out to Afflex, Nice72, JS1, Digging Dan, Junior Dispro, Waxer, Mark Strong, John McCann and the Belfast City Breakers, Jerome Weiser, Silas, Paul McDonald, my homeboy Specific of course, Frankie Raw, Royal Ruffinact, John Shea, Sub One, Kai the Sound, Barty, AJ, Howard Geel, Sean Dowling, Andy Bright, Captain G Wiz, my man Mark Swanson, Mike Pagero, Kid Grebo, Ophidian Reptilian, JP, Danny Brown, Rap Focus, Gentle Jones, More and More Hits, Ultramag 7, loving all those vids, Echo V, Brit Kids Japan, Cream, 4D, Dr. No, and of course my peeps, Miracle and Jazz of the Boot Record Show, also Cyan Noble Throne, the Vinyl Vandals crew, Steve Ryder and Rayla TTK. So let's get back to the story. As the O's moved on, YNR continued to pick up some of the biggest talents out there. Now the first track we played was a perfect example of this, the mighty Kashmir, and a track called Power Up taken from his second long player, which followed his epic In the Hour of Chaos on his own Receptor imprint. Now Kashmir, like many other YNR acts such as Verb T, had also had his start on the now defunct Low Life Records. YNR was the perfect vessel to continue these legacies. Many of the tracks on this second Kashmir long player were actually recorded at the time of his first album, but as there was so much brilliant music on it, a second album was needed, and of course YNR came to the rescue with that. We then moved to another legendary artist who started out in the closing days of Low Life Records with his brilliant debut Working Class Dad, released in partnership with Sit Tight but probably not promoted enough due to internal struggles at Low Life. Fortunately, YNR was the perfect vehicle for my man Michael Parkinson to get his music out to a wider audience. The track we then played, or the track we played by Michael Parkinson, featured Jehst, which took us nicely to the final cut of the trio, the classic England by Jehst, taken from his certified classic, The Dragon of an Ordinary Family album. So although hip-hop releases, in part due to the demise of vinyl, seemed less prolific at this time than they were in the early O's, YNR managed to coalesce a stunning group of acts such as Jehst, Michael Parkinson, Kashmir and more, as we shall see. And they kept on going, putting out that fresh music, like I say, despite that demise of vinyl. Also by this time, YNR was now spearheaded solely by the mighty Jehst. Okay, so as we near the close of our YNR story, we've got 3 more brilliant YNR releases from the 2010s.
Yeah. I guess I'm at it again. Back with the MP, back with the bang. Needing some paper, strapped with a pen. Lean off the vapor, blazing the peng. Taking it in, save some for later. Cause I ain't major, I'm hating again. I'm about to begin. Out for the paper, placing a wager and taking your bling. Oh, fuck what you think, I'ma do my own beats. So when it comes to the track, man, it's all me. Back from the dead, so they call me a zombie. Out for with the bread cause the food got me hungry. I hang with the apes, I don't off with these monkeys. I plan to escape to a place where the drums be hot cause I got heat. I ain't talking about a gun, but I'm fire with the tongue on a hot beat. You are not me, you ain't stood in my shoes, you ain't raised on my youth, you are not P. Better stop please, don't hate on the dude cause I'm blazing the zoo and I got weed. I'ma proceed, I'ma give it to you raw. Know that I'm giving you my all, holding the rhythm when I talk, chosen the venom, what I've written, what I'm spitting for the cause. I'm more real, it's true, got bills, got youths. I'm me, not you, blood, I'm just me. More real than truth, more ill, it's true. Ain't nothing new, fam, I'm just me, 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 I'm just me. I guess I'm more me than I am you. With more beats, your beef, I'ma yam you. With technique, Jet Li type kung fu. I breathe on beats set upon you. I'm meat like food, you're tofu. I'm me, you're you, which won't do. Shit, it's so new, man, I'm back so soon. You got no clue, and I shit so true. It's raw vocal, between the hat and the kick and the snare and the rap. I'm prepared, see the track, I'm a tear when it's back. I'm aware, I'm a man, it's a fact, and I'm back for the year. My time will appear, I'm back like the rear. My bad, I'm slack, no samples are cleared. I guess it's my choice, a career with a flow so severe, so I'm taking a share, yeah. I'm the one that turned. I do smoke suits with the herb that burned. I spit that truth, but the man don't learn. In the booth, I'm proof that I can stand firm. I guess it's back to the beats with the pad and the pen with this ish on repeat. I'm a man, I'm a Dan, and I won't see defeat. Now I'm back with the bang, tell your troops to retreat. I'm more real, it's true. Got bills, got youths. I'm me, not you. Blood, I'm just me. More real than truth. More ill, it's true. Ain't nothing new, fam. I'm just me, 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 me. I'm just me.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
you're listening to Kane 103.7 FM.
Yeah, it's dope. Yo, splash the pen on the pad, getting the snuffles. African hunter on the low, looking for buffalo. Gruffalo flow, bubble nose holes approach the bro. They want blow, let's go. To the nearest aircon, cooler temperatures, I think they meant coke. So now they're trying to question us like, how much money are you making? Are you famous? Where's the mansion at? You're some rappers, entertain us. I pulled out the tech, got creative, sprayed the place up and changed my iTunes playlist. Updated my Facebook status, broken shameless, telling hoes lick the anus. Heinous crimes against humanity, can it be me enjoying the taste of anansi? I'm sipping absinthe, traveling the labyrinth, but the air stays on, off an accident. Chilling with evil machete mistresses, they wanna off up your life, they wanna kill your kids. Swallow your soul and keep swallowing, invisible crime to keep following and following. Meditation is an option, you'll only see them smile when you're laying in the coffin. Just for knowing them, you're parking on the red. You ain't done ish, but there's a target on your head. Discreet cannibal, eat mammals, leave mandibles, fire cannonballs at 'em. It's like the jungle sometimes, it makes you wonder who's really behind the red lightning and the thunder. Get up, Dolph Lundgren. Get up, the whole world. Get up, Dolph Lundgren. Get up.
Unapologetic with the psychedelics. This level of retarded takes time and effort. Backstab your dead homie for the right of credit, or front crawl across the ocean, grey white infested. Welsh rarebit, heavy on the Liam parents. Parents evening, daddy wanna see your merits. Raps looking for Melly Mel, where's the message? I'm on stage with the baby all bare chested. So much for the memories you cherish. Chalice in the chalice, eyes red of the cherries.
So now where's the Ben and Jerry's? Insulin injections whenever necessary. Directly into the brain. Raised in a noodle shop, never seeking glory or fame. The story he claimed, the warrior name revered. He came in peace, but the natives came with spears. Changed careers, kept a Ventolin for the asthma. On a secret mission with penguins of Madagascar. Auditioning for lead actor, but his performance was truly dread like the Predator 2 Rasta. And still nominated for the BAFTA. Before he metamorphosized like Franz Kafka. Blondie got him with the rapture. Fab Freddy told me everybody wanna be a rapper. Yo, London,
get up, don't flaunt grin. Get up, the whole world. Get up, don't flaunt grin. Get up, yo. Hooray, they found the Higgs boson. Maybe them pies freaks will now keep their clothes on. Hold on, it's the yellow Sinestro. Previous dead flows now increase like tenfold. Let's go, the skeleton is exo. Dad skipped town, but I've never been a vex bro. A tag more like 20p in the coin slot. I'm a crybaby, let me free in the toy shop.
Yo, no doubt, if buts or maybes. Blow a drone cloud, spliff butts in the tray, please. Fully qualified, no trainees. Eyes full of dollar signs in a daydream. Strange fruit hanging from these money trees. We in the field shed cropping in our dungarees. Make my own mother wonder what's become of me. The job make me wanna offer voluntary redundancy. Cause I'm an artist, you toys wanna run with me. Let you do the filling but you're off the colour scheme. I train an understudy for the slovenly. If anybody's stranger than you, then it must be me. London,
get up, don't flaunt grin. Get up, the whole world. Get up, don't flaunt grin. Get up, yeah. Peace to Ivan Drago. It will break you. Shout out to Steven Seagal, Chuck Norris,
Rutger Hauer.
Yeah.
Hello.
This.
Sir Bean Zerby.
And you are
listening
to
the Pioneers
Hip Hop
Show with Whirlwind
D
on
KFM.
The result of stoking fires. The result of preaching hatred. The result and the consequence. Talking foul on the ones that's unreciprocated. You will get left on your own. You will get lost in this matrix. You will be left ostracized, torn off from the broken trust, and the ones that's in that distance make it. Caution to the wind. I don't ever wanna hear that shit. Nah, burning all the LPs I've crafted. No souvenirs, no hand-me-downs, you sit out, you was. And I keep my government name so separate from it. Pointy it, when I wrote you will learn some type of lesson from it. Underground, soul and heart, the essence of it. Undeniable, under the cap and the umbilical cut, I know. One thing's for sure, I'm 1,000 miles from home. And I always end up thinking of you when I let my mind drift. Often heard, but rarely seen. Always end up thinking of you when I let my mind drift. Out in this world, these precious hours I spend in the company of you when my mind drift. Separate highs, we talk for hours. Yeah. Sober floating, high when I'm in your presence. Overdosing, good when I make you smile, when I make you laugh out loud. Slow motion, take our timing. Pass that now. Conversating, reveling your honesty. Boiling water, vice is free, the same as me. As an afterthought, replay that. We are opposites, and the opposites attract, there's no subtracting that. Your reactions, I reflect that. Your life and your goals, I respect that. You been our main investment, I protect that. You will now be all and all, I accept that. And the music's still my class A. Dedicated like I tap vein. Tryna inject in that fast lane. Written out like it's my last days. Caution to the wind. I don't ever wanna hear this again. Nah, burning all the LPs I've crafted. No souvenirs, no hand-me-downs, you selfish bitch. The result of stoking fires. The result of preaching hatred. The result and the consequence. Wishing foul, talking ill on the ones that's unreciprocated. You will get left on your own. You will get lost in this matrix. You will be left ostracized, torn off and a broken trust, and the ones that's in that distance make it. I'm 1,000 miles from home, and I always end up thinking of you when I let my mind drift. Often heard, but barely seen, and I always end up thinking of you when I let my mind drift. Out in this world, these precious hours I spend in the company of you when my mind drifts. Separate highs, we talk for hours. I spend in the company of you when my mind drifts.
Yo, this is Specific, Beeline Recordings, just dropping by to say what's up to my man Whirlwind D, who's spinning all the freshest tunes on Kane FM.
Kane 103.7 FM, the Pioneers Hip Hop Show in full effect. Don't forget you can catch us live on Kane every 4 weeks on your FM dial at 9 PM on a Monday evening, or via the player over at www.kanefm.com. Also, I need to big up my Boot Records fam and their show Essential Listening every 2 weeks on a Wednesday at 9 PM. Check out the Kane FM schedule at the website I just mentioned for details of both shows and much, much more on Kane FM. So we find ourselves in the 2010s with YNR still very much relevant and spearheaded by UK legend Jehst. In fact, it's amazing to think that YNR was partly responsible for ushering in the UK golden age of the early O's, and in the 2010s when UK hip-hop would go through another golden age, in part driven by the resurgence of vinyl, YNR was still very much at the forefront, an incredible achievement. So we rounded off the story with Me by Michael Parkinson, taken from his classic, iconic album Me, Myself and Akai, followed by the sound-defining Dolph Lundgren by Strange You and Jehst, which of course initially appeared as a very limited white label in 2014, sold at gigs during the Strange You Jehst tour, before being repressed as a picture disc about a year later. For our final cut, we played another limited release, and one gaining value very quickly. Pressed in a quantity of only 100, we played a track called Calf, taken from Cappo's brilliant A Dramatic Change of Fortune album. The album is, of course, amazing start to finish, as is the packaging. A really, really stunning record. If you've not got that, well worth seeking down. I think it's available on CD as well. So we find ourselves almost in the present day, and incredibly YNR is still going strong, nearly 25 years in the game. In fact, as we speak, they are just preparing to release Jehst's latest long player, which is sure to be a future classic, and we're going to drop a track from that in a moment. So at this point, as we close our story, it's important to remember YNR's incredible achievements and history. Over 80 releases deep, lived through 2 UK golden ages, a roster of artists from the upper echelons of hip-hop, and a label that has stood strong and consistently produced brilliant music despite prevailing conditions. Respect is well overdue. Okay, so it's that time of the evening when we start to close the show, but before we do, we play some brand new music, and I've got 4 lovely cookies for you this evening. We're going to hype the set with Jehst's brand new track, Lonely World, taken from his forthcoming album on YNR. You can cop this now over at the Jehst YNR Bandcamp. The vinyl details should be dropping soon as well. You know it's going to be an essential album. The video, incidentally, for this track I'm going to play called Lonely World absolutely blew me away. We're then going to move into a crew who I just can't get enough of at the moment, 360 Physicals, and a track called Day by Day. From there, we're going to move into a track from the Live from the Groove Posse, big up to you. That's Dweller featuring Nilla, and a track called 23 Till Infinity. And then we're going to close things off with Oblique Strategies, of course, Cappo and Mr. Brown, and a track called Silhouette. You can grab that from their Bandcamp at the moment, loving that track. So we're just about at the end of the show, apart from those 4 brilliant pieces of new music that I'm about to drop. A huge thank you from me and the rest of the crew for locking in to Kane FM and to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show. We'll be back in 4 weeks' time. I'm going to leave you with the incredible Jehst and Lonely World.
Found hope in this lonely world. Will love grip me and it won't let go? I found hope in this lonely world. Now there's no pressure on my soul. I found hope in this lonely world. Will love grip me and it won't let go? I found hope in this lonely world. Now there's no pressure on my soul.
Looking back at the past through rose-tinted glass, and how these young ones are growing up too fast, and how maybe you could muster up a few bars, a new homage to yesterday's superstars. The school of hard knocks was a hard school, so is my glass half empty or half full? I don't know if it's love or it's hate that I feel, but the one thing I know is that my heart's full. You can't fool when you already fell. An old man with many stories to tell. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, the hardships and the glories as well. Another wish, another penny in the well. We sell our dreams but we ain't ready to rebel. A head of steam and a belly full of swill. Living for what you never did and never will. Feet dangling off of the Ferris wheel. Look ma, no hands, top of the world. But your ride is soon coming to an end. The truth is you don't get another turn. Word.
Found hope in this lonely world. Will love grip me and it won't let go? I found hope in this lonely world. Now there's no pressure on my soul. I found hope in this lonely world. Will love grip me and it won't let go? I found hope in this lonely world. Now there's no pressure on my soul.
Hey, I get the weight of paper tens too tight to throw smart. There's no way there's 2 shots enough. Walk on so slowly and followed by huge ambitions. Will only stay in Tommy Bahama, no tissues. You find on the zip in the door, I'm at the motorboard. Quickly after roundabout, Bob smiled more. I'm sat stashing sugar sachets in the diner. Kind of guys like Kai, you find them as common as turkey dinosaurs. I find life worth living, kinda wish you did that. Fine lines to China White, went the other city. I'm always spitting till the rhymes turn to riddles. Trying to bell skid, don't tell them I'm not just this. It sounds different. Give me the keys, I left my head to own. Same goes for every good the stone that we scared of the phone. Progression's postponed till I grow. Done glasses, stone gaps, and get it nowhere at all.
I found hope in this lonely world. Will love grip me and it won't let go? I found hope in this lonely world. Now there's no pressure on my soul. I found hope in this lonely world. Will love grip me and it won't let go? I found hope in this lonely world. Now there's no pressure on my soul. I found hope in this lonely world. Will love grip me and it won't let go? I found hope in this lonely world. Now there's no pressure on my soul. Time moves fast, don't let this moment fade away. Make the most of what you got and don't hold on to yesterday. Cause life goes on, don't let your feelings get you down. Hold your head up high, remember, people make the world go round.
You're listening to the sounds of Kane 103.7 FM.
It's like I'm dancing to my freedom every step that I'm breathing. Trying to change the seasons for my time to be leaving. Money and my family, only things I believe in apart from this music. Cause the truth is my freedom. Been through the ringer and I came out Sheen and no Charlie. Vibing like them Marley boys meeting. From Cyphers down in Cody to the highs and the lowlies on the Lisa Stand podium tour with the homies. Repping for the reals on the wheels from the crack of dawn. Sometimes a battle in the war before you're out the door. So kiss your lover if you love her, bruv, no other front. A good woman in the back, gets your money up. Some of these whores are only here for other stuff. Let's keep it real and maintaining the feel. Building castles by hand so our skin is cut. Difficult, living rough, never had enough to be legitimate.
I love when they come hating. Have to hustle, make that paper. Double up, that's everyday blood. Day by day, yo, day by day. Day by day, day by day. We do it day by day, day by day. We do it day by day, day by day. We do it day by day, day by day.
I run records like rap cause I got soul in stacks. Soul like stacks, drummers favor left the bebop. Rockin' fresh out the box like shell toast is vintage. Exploit myself forever, self-pimping. Let me break the situation down in simple English. The torches have been passed, now a lot more extinguished. I used to have a dream, then I Martin Luther King did. Set the game free tonight. Abe Lincoln, the future is an orange and there ain't a new black. I had a vision of the future and it goes boom bap. Hip hop never deaded, so I see it on my back. It's the heart of the people, and now is that a fact? Take a picture and post them if you second emotion. Hip hop is about skills and lyrical dopeness. KRS said it, but enough of them forget it. A vibe is a vibe and emotion is emotion.
I bring love when they come hating. Have to hustle, make that paper. Double up, that's everyday blood. Day by day, yo, day by day. Day by day, day by day. We do it day by day, day by day. We do it day by day, day by day. We do it day by day, day by day. I bring love when they come hating.
Stay the same.
Have to hustle, make that paper.
Stay the same.
Double up, that's everyday blood. Day by day, yo, day by day.
Stay the same until the beat. Until the beat.
103.7 Kane FM.
When I was shedding tears, no, it wasn't very clear. Wedged in between security and fear. My maturity was here before the other guys. I remember hot sun up in the summer times. I remember rain clouds when I was stuck inside. Years later, I would duck and dive. Didn't fly straight, got a taste of the crooked life. Judging myself, felt that I couldn't do nothing right. So I wrote rhymes and got high, till my mind turned to cottage pie. Saw the world through some rotten eyes. Memories repressed and forgotten time. Just reminisce and take a ride with me. Before the time life took a shine to me. There were fields here as far as the eye could see. Mischief in my soul back in 93. This is how we shoot from 93 till. This is how we shoot from 93 till. 1993. This is how we shoot from 93 till. 93 till.
Taking the back, come follow me.
Yo, one day it'll all make sense.
to things they don't tell you from way back when. It's like chess. Talk the walk, go within. Thought you lost it all, in the end it's a win. Rise up, every L just a lesson. Never lose faith, I love counting blessings. Give thanks, teach the next generation. It ain't easy, stay calm and patient. Gotta make moves, stop waiting for the next. It's all up to you, hold faith in your chest. Times get tough, you learn from that too. It sound real wild, it's all up to you. Believe in yourself and don't mind the fools. It's just a distraction, a mess in your room. We all blessed and it's true. If you can't hear it now, trust the day will come soon.
Sometimes I struggle to remember that far back. Recall the smell of summer rain upon the tarmac. Remember Southport on the go-kart track. The 6 weeks seem to last forever. Then we start back at school. No hashtags but laughs by the bunch. What a rush. Got a jazz mag stashed in the bush. The smell of hash does predate the buds. But trust when we say these days were good. Kappa jacket, Adidas trackers with an A6. Panda pop and a paper bag of Bombay mix. I was way too young for the raving. Staying up late and the drinking and blazing. Left leg, right leg. The ill rhyme with the 93 dialect. Original, like shy effects. Flame spitting fire breath. 2023, now I'm chasing those checks like the IRS. Setting up the foundation. Life from the groove, built it up from the pavement. Pure grassroots had a launch in the pandemic. Now we still jumping through hoops like it's tax credits. Don't try, that's a bad message. Gotta make it then. Follow through, pay my dues like I pay the rent. This ain't a skill for the weak-willed. This is how we build from 23 till. This is how we build from 23 till.
On a journey to see up a real MC.
This is how we build from 23 till.
Operator operating correctly.
This is how we build from 23 till.
Kill to kill, I'm number one, I never will.
23 till.
Back in the days I knew rap would never die. Remembering the days of my youth. Couldn't tell me then we wouldn't live forever.
I'm taking the back, come follow me.
Remembering the days of my youth.
On a journey to see up a real MC.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
You're listening to Kane 103.7 FM.
In the vision. Focus. Carlito Brigante. Grand. Diesel. Holding up the world. Yeah. Story of my life, going full pelt for glory all my life, living headstrong, gunning for that one-off big check or bank transfer, enough change to invest in some bricks and mortar. Official offer, it's a scramble for the line, hitting pay dirt till I could look my elders in the eyes, till the coffers overflowing and the ice is unswole. Take the rest and cup a back street brick oven pizza bowl. From where I watch the seasons roll by, slanging bars, slanging heat like it's pepperoni pie. Some will have the juice bars, some will have the car washes. Your smart money's on that verbal narcotics. And I prophesize profit till the leather turns butter in its silk lined pockets and its new car smelling new bars, pen the carat gold, condor swift on the wings like it's Gareth Bale. Got him queuing out the door, line after line like it's Patrick Ewing on the court. Got the Ewings on my feet and the callus on my palms, slanging hooks and these verses like Harry Belafonte. Carlito Brigante. When I close my eyes and I vision the silhouette, siblings on the beach out of reach, out of harm's way. I'm holding up the world till my arms say, God damn. Still holding up the world till my arms say, holding up the world. Vital lesson, never pin your hopes upon no one and nothing other than yourself. Long term, you can't trust another soul. Nothing's everlasting, infinite. I tell them how they told me. Appreciate your time spent, cause as a man you're as good as your last word and good as dead if you don't see the vision that's written under your noses. Caught up in the game when you came in, it wasn't like that. Can't listen without prejudice, that's a problem. Can't focus without any offs in the edge twisted. Need to see yourself from way back before you were fully preoccupied with finding needles in haystacks. Coping mechanisms employed so I can press brakes, then reflect like it's sunlight on tin foil. Knowing I never get in that state. Bitter from the hate, claustrophobic even when you stood in bar space. Knowing I never get in that state. Bitter from the hate, claustrophobic even when you stood in bar space. Still holding up the world. Carlito Brigante. When I close my eyes and I vision the silhouette. Siblings on the beach out of reach, out of harm's way. I'm holding up the world till my arms ache. Goddamn. Still holding up the world till my arms ache. Still holding up the world.